Hey guys, Bigrat310 is here again. I feel fine. You know, I'm feeling better. My voice still hurts like crazy. Let's get quickly to this. First of all, I want to do a psych raw thoughts. People are crapping on the raw guest host. I thought he was funny as shit. And really, what you guys have to understand is I believe James Roday had an appendectomy, if that's not bullshit, and he just didn't want him, if he just no-showed. But I believe he was really sick. And that stuff with the Kelly Carlito thing and that stuff with playing with the pyro, that's like James Roday's gimmick. Like, that's what he would do. That stuff's perfect for him. I guarantee he was scripted to do that stuff. The whole stuff with Alicia Fox and Gus or Dula Hill, that's just perfect. That's all Dula Hill. And I thought that was really good. And the other parts would have been James Roday. I guarantee that would have been his part of it. And I thought Dula Hill, like, if you weren't a fan of Psych, because, like, that's not Dula Hill's character to do that stuff, but he was funny. I thought he was really funny. The show was not centered around him. He was not involved with the main event. I thought he was funny. Also, for all you Psych fans, I saw the episode with John Cena. John Cena's a pretty good actor for a wrestler. You know, people don't give him credit. I bought him. Since I watch wrestling a lot, you would expect me to not take him seriously as Juliet O'Hara, which is one of the cops' brother. But I did. I did buy him as her brother. Perfectly, actually. I bought into his character. I felt for him. And they set it up at the end where it's very, very likely he'll come back in a very good way, which I like. Which means we might see more of the Psych guys on Raw. Too bad. Okay, quick reviews here. God, my throat's hurting. Fate of an Angel. Redemption. Okay, I'll tell you a backstory to this. I asked Honor Hammer one day. We were on Skype in a call, and I said, "Okay, well, what are your favorite DVDs?" And he has like his DVDs right next to him. He's pulling them out. He's reading them one by one. I'm like, have it. And then like by the 10th or 11th one, he goes, "Fate of an Angel." I'm like, huh? And it's like, yeah, it's awesome. And we went to Chase and Josh, and he was asking them, and they were like, you know, it's okay, but the other Summer of Punk shows are so much better. And he was always defending the show, saying it's the most underrated Ring of Honor show of all time, and that he really likes it. It's like a top 10 show for him. He'll say top 15, but like, you know, it's like an 11th place, I believe, or something like that. And I'm here to review it. I think it's a pretty good show, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm also not gonna lie, I think Redemption's better. Let's just get that off the start. And I have not seen the other ones yet, though. I have very little Summer of Punk shows. It's better than Son of Dishonor. It's better than Death Before Dishonor, but... Okay, Nigel McGuinness versus Claudio Castagnoli. 3 stars. Great technical wrestling, but not a fair enough opener. Then we get to El Generico Austin Aries. 3 stars. This was a very fun match. The crowd was super into it. Like, super into it. But it was too short. It was only like 6 minutes. This would have made an amazing opener. I don't know why they put Nigel Claudio first. I mean, it was a great match, but you don't really like to have that kind of paced match as the opener. Steen versus Homicide versus Dixie versus Azrieal. I gave this 3 1/4. Or was it 3 1/2? I'm going to say 3 1/4. I really liked it. Really fun 4-corner survival. Next we get the Carnage crew versus Denham Marcos versus Nemesis versus Lacey's Angels. I'm going to give this 2 1/2, 2 3/4. Really, it was a fun match. It was very spotty, but it was very enjoyable. But the booking of it was just trash. You go from a scramble match to an anything goes match to a regular tag team match because it's Ultimate Endurance. Each fall has to be something different. So after you eliminate someone, the stipulation is different. So from scramble to hardcore to regular, you don't go in a downward. I've talked about the stipulation spectrum where you have to go up the spectrum. You can never go down. Once the guys are feuding, their next match has to be in a different stipulation and a more intense stipulation than the previous. In a match like this, the stipulation has to keep going up in severity, which it didn't. You should have done regular scramble, even though there's no difference between a regular and scramble match, except the scramble match has multiple participants, multiple teams. 2 1/2, 2 3/4 though. It was also kind of short for an Ultimate Endurance match. They say AJ Styles versus Roderick Strong. 3 3/4. They had some really high impact moves, but then they took like 2 minutes on the match, like a minute breaking and breathing. Like taking a break, so that kind of hurt the match for me. 3 3/4 though, I really did enjoy it. Let's get Samoa Joe versus Jimmy Rave. 3 1/2, 3 1/4. It's around there. It was a really fun match. I really liked the pure title. I mean, I know the TV title's coming out, but the pure title, you know, I just like the whole rules of the match. I thought it made the match really interesting. And for those of you who don't like technical wrestling, which I know a lot of you guys don't, it kind of had a way to keep you interested in the matches with all the rules that they had, even though people thought they were confusing for whatever reason. Matt Hardy versus Christopher Daniels. Let me say I loved Matt Hardy in Ring of Honor. I just loved the pacing of his matches. I loved everything about it. This was the second best match of the night, wrestling-wise. It was 3 3/4, but I'm docking it a quarter of a star for the booking of it. Yeah, you have Matt Hardy debut. You debut him against arguably the most over face in the company by this point. If you saw the reactions he was getting, it was crazy. And so obviously they were booing Matt Hardy at times, and at the end, Punk interferes. Like, really? I mean, I know that it's the part of the feud, but should be all about Hardy. And then Hardy hits 2 twists of fates, completely destroying the credibility of that move. He just hits them one after the other, and Daniels kicks out. And then he wins with a scar, which was a weak submission, which the crowd didn't care. And as he was walking away, CM Punk grabbed the microphone and started talking to Daniels, so the focus was not on Matt Hardy, which I thought was a bad idea. Just my opinion. I think for the time he was there, they should have utilized him better. So I'm going to give this 3.5 stars. I thought it was a great match. I just thought they could have done it a different way. They should have had him debut against someone else, maybe even a heel. But this was still very, very, very good. Second best match of the night wrestling-wise. Next week, CM Punk versus James Gibson. 4 stars. Excellent main event. James Gibson bled a lot. I almost want to say 4 1/4 about it. I don't think it really hit that level, but it was still a really good match to watch. Overall, I'm going to give this show an 8.25, 8.5 out of 10. It's very good. It only has 1 4-star match, though, and that's a bad thing. It has a 3 3/4, a 3.5, and everything in the show is pretty solid. I think it's pretty bad. Fate of an Angel. It's a very good show. Is it a top 15 show of all time, Honor Hammer? Unfortunately not. Not in my opinion. Top 20? No. Top 25? Iffy. Maybe a top 25 show. But yeah, 8.5. Because remember, there's a lot of shows I don't have that are probably better. 8.5. Very good show, though. I don't think it's the most underrated show of all time. I think Final Showdown, which is a 9, which is a lot better. Like, people know Fate of an Angel exists. No one knows that Final Showdown exists. Except Redemption. I enjoyed the show more. It was a lot easier to sit through because it had a better pace to it, even though the matches weren't necessarily better. Matt Stryker versus Aries versus Delirious versus Sterling James Keenan. I feel bad for that guy. He's been in 4 corner survivals and opening matches for 5 years. This is 2005. He did it earlier this last year in Steel City Clash. I'm going to give this match 2.5 stars. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was only 5 minutes, but still really fun. Spanky versus Colt Cabana, 2 3/4. They didn't do a lot of wrestling here, but the comedy I thought was really good. I laughed at a lot of the moments, so I could get past it. A really fun match to watch. Next we have BJ Whitmer and Jimmy Jacobs versus Nigel and Chad Collyer. 3 stars. Short but sweet. This match was also really short, only like 10 minutes, but I still really enjoyed this one as well. 6-man tag team war. Jimmy Rave, Alex Shelley, and Abyss versus Aries Strong and Seidel. 3 3/4, maybe 4 stars. I'm not sure. Look in the description box. This was just still a great match. I really enjoyed it. This is better than the one of Vendetta, in my opinion, because the Vendetta one was kind of overbooked towards the end. But this had a lot more wrestling in it and a lot more psychology to it. I really liked it. Low Key versus Jay Lethal. It's a grudge match, and people are gonna gripe that it didn't have a finish, even though it was a grudge match. I didn't care. I still really liked it. I can understand it wasn't a stipulation match. I'm gonna give it 3 1/4 stars. A lot of fun. Really liked it. Matt Hardy versus Homicide, 3 3/4. Really liked this match. I think this match is pretty underrated. I think this is. I don't know if it's better than the Daniels match. Remember, the Daniels match is 3 3/4, but booking wise, it's 3.5. This was very, very good. I think Matt Hardy's run in Ring of Honor was actually borderline excellent. It's the most underrated run I've ever seen. I mean, I know he was only there for 3 to 4 shows, but all of his matches were 3 3/4 or higher, which is pretty impressive. And another Roderick Strong. I seen the Roderick Strong match. That match is 4 stars. So yeah, this is very, very good match here. 3 3/4 stars. Really liked it. And then we get the main event: CM Punk versus Christopher Daniels versus James Gibson versus Mojo. This was great. This was excellent. 4.5 stars. I said this is the year of the 5-star match. This year it's so many 5-star matches for Ring of Honor. I always forget when I go over it. But Punk Aries, Steel Cage Warfare, Joe Kobashi, Low-Key Senshi. Damn it, I'm missing one. Roderick Strong, Bryan Danielson. And then the James Gibson, Bryan Danielson match, which is supposed to be excellent, not 5 though. And this match, which is excellent, not 5. Why does it not get 5? Why does it not get 4 3/4? It was like a 50-minute match. Simply because it never really hit the second gear. I really loved the technical wrestling, and I thought the pacing of it was excellent. The pacing of it was excellent if they had a payoff. They didn't really have a payoff. They kind of stayed at the same pace throughout the whole match, except for like the final 6 minutes, which was just Punk and Gibson, which would have been great if Punk and Gibson had more time for each other. This is the start of the Daniels Joe Food. There's so many stories in this match. James Gibson not being allowed to get in the ring a lot. Punk running away from everyone. Punk running away from Joe with the Joe Daniels feud. Daniels and Gibson having their own... There's so many stories and psychological aspects of this match that makes it awesome, even though it never really hit the second gear, in my opinion. But I still really enjoyed it. 4.5 stars. I'm going to give the show an 8.75 out of 10. I don't know why. I really enjoyed it. The pacing of it is just great. It's super easy. The whole match and the whole storyline takes more than half of the show. The match and the promo and the intro is 1 hour and 15 minutes, and you add the promos that everyone cut throughout the night, it takes around 2 hours of the entire show, which I thought was perfect. I really like the show. I don't know what it is about it. It has 3 matches that are 3 3/4 or higher, a 3 1/4 star match, and the first 3 matches are all very, very good and very fun. It's just a really easy show to sit through. 8.75, 8.5. Next few shows I'm going to review are Unforgettable and Tag Wars 2006. I'm Bigrat310. I'm out, guys. Psych and Rob was good. See ya.